And a duck walked up to a lemonade stand, and he said to the man, run in the stand, hey, wah, wah, wah. Got any tips? I actually have 12 of them! So for today's video, we're going to be going over 12 different ways for what you can do and what you shouldn't do on how to gain more followers fast on Mixer. First of all though, hello my lovelies, my name is Leckakay and I am the person running the show, obviously, but also somebody who is a partnered streamer on Mixer that is live 6 days a week from Monday through Saturday, 8 p.m. to 2 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. If you guys want to come through and ask me any questions, or if this video doesn't clarify a lot of things that you need it to, just feel free to stop in and ask me, let me know. I basically talk about streaming stuff every single time I'm live because I never shut up about it or shut up in general. So feel free to come on in, introduce yourself, ask me questions. I'm always open to talk and chat about anything and everything, so that is never an issue. All of that said, if you guys have not seen the video that I posted last week on how to gain more views on Mixer, then pause this video right now, click on the eye icon that's going to pop up here in the top right hand corner, and go watch it. And when you're done watching that, come back here, because a few of the tips that I have for today's 12 tips are going to be from that video, but not a whole lot of them. Some of them cross over because it's almost like, good habits perpetuate good things to come long term. Wow! I know, amazing, but such a revelation. But that said, I have a lot of new things that will help you guys grow your channel and help you gain more followers quickly and genuinely as well. So if you are excited for that, make sure that you guys right now, before anything else, like the video and comment on what your favorite thing is going to be when we get to that point, because it helps me in the algorithm and lets me know that you guys are enjoying these videos so I can keep producing them for you every week. So the first few things that we're going to be going over are what not to do on the platform, which I can tell you right now, the first thing that you don't want to do, don't call out lurkers. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't freaking do it. It's just bad. Don't call out lurkers. Let them lurk. Let them be a lurky turkey. That's a mistake so many people make, and I touched on it in the video that I did last week as well, which again, if you guys haven't, go click eye icon, top right corner, go watch that first. But it's such a bad habit to do. People come into your streams and a lot of times they may not even want to interact with your content until they figure out whether or not you're worth interacting with. They're going to do a cursory period of judging your channel and judging your personality to see if they want to stick around for more. And if you immediately call them out and do not give them that cursory period, they're gonna jet and you've now lost that person who could have been an awesome new member of your community. So you would be just shooting yourself in the foot to do that. It's rude, it just kills your channel. It means you only value active chatters, which is not the kind of foot that you want to have out there, because then almost nobody is going to be in your streams because they feel pressured to talk all the time rather than letting them enjoy your stream in the background or listen to it while they do other stuff, because people are multifaceted and have other things to do with their life. Value lurkers just as much as your active chatters. They matter too. Don't call them out and you'll see a good trend. If you notice you have several people lurking who are new in your channel, then instead of calling them out, that's a good time to do an elevator pitch and give a little introduction about yourself to the new people. Do that instead. Don't ever call out lurkers. Second thing, don't leave dead air. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. If somebody comes into your stream and it is silent and it is awkward, they're not going to follow. Very few people will. There might be some who are like, yes, give me more of that silence. But for the most part, ain't nobody going into a live stream because they want to just watch a video game and not listen to the streamer doing it, because you're literally the content that they're there for. Either whether you're doing like crazy stupid sniper shots or gameplays, stuff like Gagod, then they would be focused more on the people coming in to watch the crazy gameplay. But that is an exception to the rule. You are not Gagod, so don't try and do it. Like, focus on building the good habits now, and if you get to that level, if you are a competitive FPS streamer or anything along those lines, then you can deal with that later. But for the 99% of the rest of us, don't leave dead air. Talk all the time. Constantly have a running dialogue. It helps people come into your stream and not feel like there's nothing happening, so they have something and a piece to talk with you about versus just, hi, how are you, to try and force you into a conversation. If they hear that you're talking about a strategy you wish was implemented in the game or a loadout that you wish you had, then they can be like, oh, why would you wish you had that gun on your loadout when I prefer the snake shot pistols in Warzone myself, or whatever it is. It opens up a lot more doors to connecting with your audience and with a potential audience that might then want to follow you, when you can have those intelligent gaming conversations or just random piss-off conversations of just what trees do you like to cut down? Who knows? Whatever it is, you find that there's a lot more opportunity for growth when you're talking and you're giving your viewers and you're giving potential followers something to interact and talk with you about. I don't even know why this one needs to be said, but I'm gonna do it anyway because I see so many people do it and it irks me. Don't be toxic. Like, just don't do it. Just don't do it. Just don't do it. I don't understand why people feel the need to be extremely negative when they're live. And I'm not talking just shit-talking another streamer, which you shouldn't do when you're live anyway, because that's super gross and you're gonna be ruining your brand with that kind of shit-talkery. But also, just being super negative in any game you're doing. If you're losing in a game and all you're doing is complaining and yelling and crying about it, nobody's gonna want to watch because that's just self-pity party. Nobody wants to be a part of that bullshit. Don't do that. And also, if you are going to be playing a game, like for example, real example, I was playing I wasn't. I was playing Rainbow Six Siege because my community forced me to play Rainbow Six Siege and it was horrible. I died a lot, but I got a couple kills in 6 hours, so I was pretty happy with that. Regardless, when I was done playing Rainbow Six Siege, I was going through to go and raid somebody who was also playing Rainbow Six, and I found somebody who was playing, and they were newer. They had like 2 viewers, and their internet cut out, so I wasn't able to go raid them, so I went and raided somebody else. But I went back to their stream because I wanted to go say like hi and talk to them anyway, because I didn't want to just leave them hanging since they were originally going to be my raid target. And they were in open comms. They had the comms open on their stream, and they were shit-talking their teammates. They were shit-talking the other team, and I'm not talking like, oh yeah, we're gonna kill you, and we're gonna win the game, positive stuff like that. They were attacking the character of their team. They were attacking the character of their teammates. They were like, oh yeah, I have 23 followers and you only have 6? Yeah, fuck you. Don't do that! Like, don't be a toxic little piece of shit. It shouldn't be that hard to do. And you would think it would be common sense, but apparently it isn't. So don't be that person. If you're watching me and you are that person, cut that shit out. Don't do it. It's not worth it. Be positive instead. It's gonna have a way better impact on your channel. This next one goes kind of along the same lines as don't call out lurkers. It's don't call out unfollows. If you see that somebody unfollows you, don't call them out. Let them leave. If they want to come back in the future, they can, but don't focus on the negative parts of your stream. You want to instead amp up the positive parts of your stream. So if you notice that somebody's left, don't say, oh, did you mean to actually host instead? Why did you unfollow? Let me interrogate you on the reasons why you left my stream. Don't do it. That puts a lot of pressure on them to try and do it. A lot of times they're just going to unfollow and leave anyway, and they're not even in your stream to respond to you. And now you've made everybody aware that one person's unfollowed you, and that's bothered you so much to all of the other people who are there that they no longer matter. Because it doesn't matter that there are people in your stream watching your content and talking to you and chat and enjoying you. The only thing you care about is that one person that decided to unfollow, which is super tacky. So don't do that either. Value all the people who are there and are supporting you over the couple people who are going to unfollow because you, for whatever reason, didn't fit their interest or their niche anymore. Pretty easy to do. Kind of along those same lines of valuing the ones who are there and the people who are engaging and interacting with your content is, like I said, when hyping them up, what you want to do is remind people to follow if they are enjoying their time in your channel. And you would be surprised how many people follow when you remind them to hit the follow button. Kind of like on a YouTube video, when you remind people to like the video, wink wink, nudge nudge, it helps too, and it gets your stats up more than it would normally if you didn't even mention it at all. So throughout your stream, not every 2 minutes, but every so often, you should do something along the lines of, hey, if you guys are enjoying my content and you're having a good time hanging out with all of us here, go ahead and hit the blue follow button because I'd love to see you guys back for more content in the future. I am live X days a week from X time to X time, and I would love to see you guys back for more fun times. You can obviously change that up to be the pitch of whatever it is you want it to be, but that's generally what you need to do and how simple it is. You just do a pitch for about 10 seconds, reminding people to follow, and then boom, You find that you have a few lurkers or a few people who are like, whoa, this dude's pretty cool. They seem pretty chill. I enjoy their channel. They aren't focusing on negativity because they're not calling out lurkers or unfollowers or all of that bullshit. I'm gonna follow them because I would like to come back for more of this content that's happening on the channel. And of course, when somebody does, that's the next tip of advice. Make a big deal of it. If somebody follows your channel, make them feel appreciated, make them feel special. Whether you do that through an extravagant follow notification that comes through with a GIF and a certain sound and something happening on screen, especially if you're newer and you're just starting out and every follow matters a lot more, then you can do that. If you are mid-size and you're getting a decent amount of followers every stream and you don't want that to overtake your gameplay, or if you're more focused on competitive gameplay and you don't want a whole lot of sounds and visuals covering up your screen, what you can do is you can have it hyped up in chat instead. You can use your bots like ScottyBot or mix it up, and you can have there be like a big follow hype or things in there, and then you can also whisper them and thank them for joining the community. Something along those lines. Just take some time to figure out a way to make the person that followed feel appreciated so that they want to come back for more. In my channel, and the way I've always done it since I started on YouTube for years, is I say, thank you guys so much for following. Welcome to the Lovely Fam. I'm so grateful to have you guys here. Let's go ahead and hashtag the newest member of our chat and welcome them to the Mixer family. And then my chat hashtags our newest member because if they're cool enough to follow my channel, then they deserve to trend in my chat for a little bit as well. And I have been doing that for over 2 years since I've been doing it on YouTube, since I moved to Twitch, since I moved to Mixer. That's just my thing. Hashtagging and making them trend in my chat with heart hands is what I do. And it's been really, really nice. People respond to that quite well, and they seem to really enjoy it because it makes them feel more appreciated. Find something that works for your brand, that works for your channel, that works for your theme of what you have going on, and make it work. 7th thing you can do, network with other communities. And I know that networking is a really big buzzword and that every streamer hears it. New people wanting to get into streaming hear it, and people that have like just started streaming hear it, and not very many people know what it actually means. When I say network, I don't mean drop your link and try and self-promote like a little douchebag in other people's streams or Discord servers. What I actually mean is to embed yourself in other people's communities and get to know other streamers, get to know other communities, and spread your web wide as far as your contacts, who you talk to, who knows your name, who is interacting with you. Things like that. You don't want to just plug your stream into the void, whether it's on Twitter or social media or a Discord server or whatever. It's a good way to get blocked too, especially if you're doing it in DMs. If any of you have ever sent a fucking Discord server invite or spammed it in other people's Discord DMs, you're the scourge of the earth. Stop doing that. Everybody hates it and you get banned so that you don't do that in other people's stuff. That's not the way to promote your Discord server. What you actually want to do is network on your stream and network in other people's streams when you're offline. You want to set time aside every single week to interact with other people's communities. Don't say, I'm a streamer too, hi, welcome. No, actually, genuinely talk with them and interact with their stream. Talk to the other people that are in their chats. Have people know who you are by being a good person and engaging with other people's communities. Make real connections. Get involved in Mixer events that are going on. Get involved in what's happening on your platform. Make yourself in the know. Follow Mixer's blog so you're always kept up to date on stuff. Ask questions in other people's chats and try and keep up with people on social media as much as you can, as much as your time is allowed to permit. Those are kind of the basic things. I have a lot more very detailed do's and don'ts for networking, which is going to be the focus of next week's video because there's a lot of confusion around it and so many people do it wrong and it hurts them. And if you do it really, really wrong, you can hurt your brand really badly. So I will have an entire detailed video on that later. But for now, focus on trying to make genuine connections with other people's communities, taking the time to go and talk with them as you can, and don't even mention that you're a streamer. Don't mention that you're trying to get people to follow you. Don't mention that you have a following, etc. Let them find out naturally. Let them find out on their own. If you do that, you're gonna find that people will ask you, hey, are you also a streamer? Because you're super cool and you've been chill here for a while. I want to shout you out, or I want to play games with you. Do you want to do a co-stream? You'll find that the benefits come to you when you aren't a douchebag. I know, it's just, it's such a revelation of news, but it's true, so, you know. Start with that. Also, if you guys haven't already, go ahead and drop a like on the video. I would really appreciate it. It helps me out in the algorithm, and it lets me know that you're enjoying yourselves and that you like the content and the information I'm providing, so that I can make more videos of these for you guys in the future. That said, the next tip for how to get more followers fast on Mixer, and also organically and genuinely, is to just be energetic on stream. It's not that you have to be at a level of hype and screaming and just boisterousness all the time. And I know that's not everybody's style either. What I mean when I say be energetic on stream and be on when you're streaming is don't just sit there silently not doing anything. Don't sit there disengaged with your chat. Don't sit there just expecting things to come to you because you're just hanging out, playing a game, whatever. Hi, welcome. Cool, thanks for the follow. Boring. Boring! Don't be boring. That's the worst thing you can possibly do. When I say be on and be energetic, it doesn't necessarily mean that you need to be the, you know, most energetic bunny in the freaking bunch. What you need to do is make sure that you are focused on the 10 billion different things that happen when you're streaming. You need to be good at multitasking and dividing your attention so that you can be talking, so that you can be interacting, that you can be engaging, and that you're going to be okay with that. Be positive. If things are happening in game and you're dying, it's okay to be mad and, you know, be a little sad about it, but try and focus your energy on being positive, because positivity is infectious. And if you can spread that positivity throughout the rest of your chat and to the viewers that come in and that are judging you on whether they want to follow or not, then they're gonna be more likely to follow your channel, because they're like, wow, this dude doesn't let anything get them down. They just died like 7 times in a row in the game and they're still chugging and having a smile on their face and having a good time. They're still talking about all these things that could happen and, you know, laughing at their teammates, but are, you know, having a good time with them nonetheless. I'm going to follow this person because they seem to know what they like to do and I want to be a part of this. Boom, follow. It's really that simple. Everybody has that kind of thought process. It might not completely be dialogued out that way. Phew. That was unexpected. But that's what happens. That's just the psychology of it. And nobody likes being around a negative Nancy. Positivity will put you past so many other people. And also being engaging, being on, talking with your chat, interacting with your stream in all the different ways that you can is going to put you at a significant advantage over everyone else that's just sitting there, maybe with a webcam, maybe without a webcam, who's just hoping maybe somebody comes through and watches them and decides to sit past their silence to follow their stream. Give them a reason to follow. Give them a reason to come back. And a lot of times, your positive mental attitude, PMA, is going to be what will do that. Make sure that mods welcome new people into chat as well as you do. If somebody says hi in stream, obviously you want to greet them and you want to say hello. But also, if you have moderators in your chat, have them say hello too. Have them ask them how they're doing. Have them ask them if they play this game a lot, or if it's something they're interested in, what games they've been playing lately, what they've been up to, things along those lines, so that if you may not be able to interact with them immediately because you're in the middle of a firefight or you're in the middle of a really hard boss battle, they can be the ones who are supplementing your inability to talk with them because you're focused on a harder part of the game. Or if they double up on it and you say hello and they say hello, that makes them feel even more attended to and welcome, because not only is the streamer giving them attention and welcoming them to the chat, but their moderators are creating a welcome environment as well. Creating that welcoming environment for people to come in and talk and not feel like they're being judged or they have to put up a front and they can just be themselves and have a chill conversation is going to do wonders for your channel. So if you have moderators, if you don't have moderators, you should definitely get at least one. But for the ones that do have moderators right now, let them know that that's what you would like. See if they'd be willing to do that and help you along with that vision. If they're not willing to help you along with that vision, they shouldn't be a mod anyway. But just let them know that you would like them to help you along with that, and I'm sure they'd be willing to do so. If they're already chilling, talking with you in your chat anyway, as moderators do, then they'd also be willing to engage with the other people that come in. Just let them know that you want to start doing that, and I'm sure they will. This is something I don't see a lot of people do, and this is something that will help your channel exponentially. It goes along with networking a little bit, because this is another way to network and get engaged with other people's communities. But It's ending every single one of your streams with a raid or a host. Do not ever, I don't care how small you are or if you just started, do not ever end your stream silently. Always go host somebody after your stream is over. Because that lets you learn of other people who play the same kind of games you do, because you're going and looking through the directory of people that are playing games with similar interests to you, so you know who to go back with in the future and talk with and do more networking with. So it's good on that front. Secondly, it also encourages your community to go and interact with them, and it might encourage their community of whom you went and raided to go interact with you as well, because they are like, oh, this is somebody who played a similar game, they just ended their stream, they came on over here, because everybody that goes and, you know, raids somebody or drops a passive host, but they ended their stream when doing that passive host, they know as a streamer. So it works out really well, and it's not self-promotion, it's just a really good networking tool, because you're not going into someone's stream saying, follow my channel, good way to get fucking banned, don't do that. What you want to do is just actually rate them. Even if you have just one other viewer with you, like you and a moderator, as long as there's 2 people, you and at least one other person, you can do a raid. People think that you can't raid another channel unless you have 10 plus people in there trying to go in and go ham on somebody's chat. No, not at all. If you have at least one other person, you guys can copy paste whatever your raid message is in chat and keep it lit for a little bit. Also, do you know how exciting it is when you go raid somebody who has 0 to 2 viewers, and if even you yourself only had 2 viewers and you go and raid that person with, you know, your other friend that was there with you in chat, you have now blown up their chat and you've doubled their viewers from 2 to 4 because it's you and that other person. That's huge. And also, maybe they have a dead chat. Now you and your friend are blowing their chat up, and then you're hanging around and you're talking with them for a little bit, and you're like, hey, how are you? What's up? What's going on? And you're giving their chat life. You're giving their chat activity. Think about how much you wish people would do that in your chat. How much you wish there were more people asking you how your day was, asking what is going on in the game, asking you about what your favorite character is, etc. It helps a lot. So just because you are starting out or you don't have amazing numbers doesn't mean that you don't matter and that you can't make a difference for other people, because you can. So start today getting into the habit of raiding and or passively hosting if you are only able to go in yourself. Don't be a one-man raid. I know a lot of people find that annoying. I personally don't. If you are just like one person going into a stream and raiding, that's fine for like my channel, but I know a lot of people do care about that. So if you're by yourself, go host somebody and just say, hey, just ended my stream, you know, wanted to pay it forward a little bit, and then they'll be like, oh, hey, thank you so much, I appreciate that, rather than just you by yourself spamming a raid message in their chat. A lot of people don't receive that very well, which is why I say if you have at least one other person, to then go ahead and raid somebody. If anybody comes into your stream and hosts you or raids you, make sure that you're thanking them appropriately. Just like you're hyping up every follow and making them feel special, make sure that you thank the hosts. Even if they're auto hosts, make sure that you're always thanking the auto hosts that come in. Make sure that you're always thanking raids that come in. Just make a big deal of all of those things too, because those people don't have to be hosting or raiding you, but they choose to. And you want to be thankful for that, so that they might be like, wow, this person actually appreciated me coming in and sharing my community with them. I'm going to come back in the future and hit them up with another raid, because they're not only a cool dude, but they actually appreciated what I did. And that's huge. That speaks volumes to other people. Your actions and how much appreciation you show speaks volumes to others. And along those same lines, what you can do to help kind of grow your channel as well is have a host goal. If you have just started streaming, you can do like 5 hosts a stream, and encourage your viewers and your followers to host you and be like, hey guys, we have 2 hosts out of 5 already today. We are 3 hosts away from hitting our host goal. Thank you guys so much for sharing my content with other people. I take that as a huge compliment. If you guys have not already, click those 3 dots sitting on top of each other and hit the host button. It's a free and easy way to support the stream, and it makes a big difference. Boom, done. That's the pitch that I do every time when I'm getting my community to try and remind them to follow, and they get reminded to follow, to host. Words are hard. They get reminded to host, and your host goal goes up. Even if somebody hosts your stream with 0 viewers, it's still significant because it shows that somebody wanted to be active with your chat. They wanted to share your stream with others, even if they don't have anybody right now. The fact that they wanted to share your stream is in and of itself significant, because if they did have viewers watching them, they still would have chosen to host your channel and share your content with those people. Who's to say that they aren't going to get people that follow them or watch them in the future if they decide to be a streamer or grow as a streamer more than they are right now? It doesn't matter how many people are watching your stream or how many people come in from a host. The host in and of itself is significant. So start valuing those, start encouraging those, remind people to host, thank people for hosting, all of that jazz. Final tip that I have for you guys is be consistent. That is going to be what puts you apart from everybody else so much, is consistency. Even if you can only stream 3 times a week for 3 hours or 2 times a week for 4 hours, whatever the case may be with your life and with your situation, do that thing and be consistent with that thing. If you don't know what your schedule is going to be like, and your community doesn't know when the hell to know when you're going live, they're not going to be able to come back. They're not just going to sit at their computer 24/7 waiting for you to go live. They need to know when you're going to be there, and that's how you build a good community that knows when you're going to be live and wants to come watch your content anyway. That's how you get campers, which is the biggest compliment to streamers, is when you go live and there's people already in your stream chat waiting for you to hit the go live button that are like, first, hi, I'm here. They immediately host you, all those things. That's how you build that kind of community, is with consistency. It is just going to be huge for your channel, for your networking, for your niches, so people know when to come back to follow you, because if you're networking but nobody knows when the fuck you're going to be live, why would they try and engage with your content? Because they don't know when to come back to try and say hi to thank you for a raid that you gave them earlier, or for a host that you gave them earlier, or for whatever it is that is going on if they wanted to try and engage with you more. Being consistent with your schedule is going to be big, and you don't need to be live 7 days a week, 8 hours a day to be successful. You don't. Just stick to what you can do, and you will find that you will be able to grow with whatever that schedule is. That was the 12th tip, but I have a secret tip 13 for any of you guys that are variety gamers. So if this doesn't pertain to you, then it doesn't matter. But secret tip number 13 for variety gamers specifically: do not binge one game at a time for a month or more and then switch to another game. You will kill your channel. You will destroy it. Because what that does is it builds a niche community for like a month and a half. Let's say you binge Pokemon really, really, really hard for 2 months. Now you've built up a bunch of people that only see you play Pokemon because all you ever did was play Pokemon. And then suddenly a new game comes out and now you're doing Super Smash Bros. Or now you're doing Call of Duty. You're doing a completely different game because you're variety and you're not niche to just one specific thing. You have now alienated every single one of those people that followed you just for your Pokemon content, because that's all they expected you to ever stream, and they're not going to come back for your Call of Duty stuff. And now you have an entire Call of Duty audience that's never heard of you before that is going to try and follow you, and as soon as you switch to another game that's not Call of Duty, they're not going to follow you anymore because that's all they wanted to see. And you are killing your channel. You might gain 500 to 600 followers every single time you do that, but guess what? Those people aren't going to come back, and then you're going to be with a channel of 2,000 people and 2 viewers watching. And that's what happens because you build a niche community that doesn't want to follow you for the other things you do. What you want as a variety gamer is to build a community that is there for you, not for the one specific game that you're playing, because that's how you're going to cement more success and sustainability for yourself long term. So what I would recommend, even if you want to be really hot and heavy into a game, is always varying up your content every week. Maybe play Pokemon 2 times a week, and then the other 2 days a week that you stream, assuming you stream 4 days a week, 2 days Pokemon, and then you have 1 day you're streaming Ori, and then another day you're streaming Rainbow Six, or, whatever the case may be. Have the game that you're really, really into be what you're doing 2 days a week, like Animal Crossing or something, and then divvy it up for the other 2 days of the week being something else, so that your community knows not to expect you to just binge one game really hard, and then your audience also knows, hey, I'm following him, I'm going to be, or her, or them, I'm going to be following them because of their personality and because they do a bunch of different content, not because of this one particular game that they're suddenly just going to drop and never touch again a couple months down the line. So that's a tip for any of you that want to be variety gamers, because that's the niche that I am in. Don't ever just stick to one game for a super long period of time. Always, always, always be changing it up. Those are the 12, maybe 13 if the other one pertained to you, tips on what you can do to gain more followers fast on Mixer. If this helped you guys out, then let me know which tip was the most enlightening to you or helped you in the comments below. Let me know how you guys are doing with your growth on your channel. If you're in a slump, if you've been just in a slow lull for a little while, if you haven't even started yet but you are excited to and you don't know any of this is all new to you, let me know. I'm curious. I love talking with every single one of you guys. I respond to all the comments in my comment section, and I really don't bite. I'm sociable. I never shut up, if you can't tell, and I like talking with all of you. So feel free to talk with me too, because I love engaging with every single one of y'all. This is also the month of May, so it's Mental Health Awareness Month for Mixer, and I am actually putting together a event that is going to be happening towards the end of May for that, which is going to include stories and snippets from streamers and other people on hardships they've gone through in their life, how they've overcome them, and what they're doing now in order to continue their life to live it to the fullest. And if any of that interests you guys, and you want to be a part of it, because I am looking for more people to participate in it. If you guys want to, of course, you would have to be vulnerable and be willing to share your story. My Discord server link is in the description down below. Go join it. Send me a DM saying that you're interested in my mental health awareness event that I have going on, and I will get you more information about it. I'm trying to get as many people involved as I possibly can, because I want everybody's stories to be shared if they're willing to share them, because everyone's stories are valid and deserve to be talked about so that it can be destigmatized as much as possible. And also, it's going to be Mixer sponsored, so you're going to have a lot of people watching you if you want to be willing to share your story and help others in this time of solidarity that we definitely all need. That said, again, if you want to do that, Discord server, send me a DM specifically saying you want to know more about that, and I'll try and get you some more information about it. But for now, that's going to be the end of the video. Thank you guys so much for being here. I appreciate you very much. I'm live 6 days a week on Mixer, Monday through Saturday from 8 p.m. to 2 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. So if you guys want to come through, you have any questions I wasn't able to answer in here, or you just want to introduce yourself, say hi, feel free. I talk about streaming and all of this kind of stuff every single time I go live, and I would love to see you guys there. Next week's video is going to be more about networking. I have a couple other videos that are not related to that, but still related to Mixer content that's going to be coming out too, unrelated to it, so keep an eye out for that, and make sure y'all are subbed if you're not already for more tips and tricks that I post weekly on how to grow your channel and have this be a serious biz that you do. But without taking up any more of y'all's time, I will go ahead and let you beautiful people go. Goodbye, my lovelies.
3, 2, 1, jump!